It's right over here, Thomas.
Good. Are you ready?
Always am.
It's amazing. It's a new message. It's entirely different writing.
Move it! Now! Over here.
You take the Saber Stone to Robert. He's the only one who can help now.
I don't think either one of us is getting out of here alive.
No! You must! You get out now! Go!
Thomas!
Every great civilization throughout history had to develop a written language in order to maintain control of their empire. Gary.
So, how many languages do you know?
11. 7 modern and 4 dead ones.
That's useful.
Look, if you take nothing else with you when you graduate, the best piece of advice that I can offer you is to just make good choices. Just make good choices. Listen, have a great summer, and don't forget to read your War and Peace. Work hard, everyone.
Not in the hall, please. So, how was swim practice?
Beat my best time.
Hey, good for you.
How was school?
You know, I don't think I'll ever get these kids to like me.
You're trying to make them learn things, and you grade them. No matter what you do, they're not gonna like you.
So, are you going to the movies with Kevin on Saturday? Whoa, look out! Gosh, there's people walking. Use your mirrors, please. And listen, 10 and 2, okay? Jeez, don't they teach you anything at driving school?
Loosen up, Dad. Sometimes you can be such an old geezer.
Think?
Live a little.
So, have you figured out where we're going yet?
No, but I made a top 5.
Congratulations.
Thanks, Dad.
Honey, I am so excited about this trip.
visiting another country, it just changes your perspective. It broadens your scope. Do you know that when I was your age, your grandfather took me to the Colosseum? You could almost feel the history. It was like the great Roman leaders were whispering in my ear and telling me their secrets.
Dad?
I could just picture the gladiators with their swords
Dad!
and their
Dad!
sweat.
Who's that?
That's nobody. Come on, let's go in the house. Honey, go inside the house.
Why do I have to?
Just go.
Fine.
Hello, Robert.
He's dead, isn't he?
I'm sorry.
So is that the only reason you're here?
No.
All right, come on in. So why are you here?
It was his dying request.
So how did it happen?
We found the second half of the cipher stone.
The cipher stone.
He was spending the last few days just working on the translation, poring over and over it. He thought it was safe to open the chamber. But it wasn't.
Well, what was in there?
A Sphinx.
A Sphinx. Care to elaborate, or?
Just like the mythology books describe. Demonic head. Body of a lion. Able to take human form. I'm the only one that made it out alive. Thomas asked me to bring you the complete stone. Those were his last words.
Well, why wouldn't you just take them to the facility first?
You mentioned something about a new inscription. And your field is linguistics.
Okay, well, where is the stone now?
I have it right here.
You brought it to my house, Jess?
Relax, Robert. No one followed me.
Well, I'm sorry, but I can't take that chance. Karen! Karen! Hey, Karen.
What happened to knocking?
Look, we have to go now. Anything that can't be packed in 5 minutes stays.
That's a
Just
joke.
do it!
What's the matter, Robert?
What's the matter, Jess? Oh, I'll tell you what's the matter. The Hall of Knowledge is guarded by a servant of Isis. If the beast is not met with the one true key, then nowhere on earth will the transgressor be safe from the guardian's wrath.
We have the complete cipher stone.
Yeah, well, I guess the stone isn't the one true key now, is it? Karen, come on, let's go!
Okay, so how much time do we have?
Who knows, but I don't plan on being caught with my pants down.
Then you get first one.
Okay, well, what is that supposed to mean?
Just don't squeeze too tight when you shoot. It'll throw off your aim. Actually, these things are pointless. Bullets don't even scratch the
Okay,
skin.
whoa. Okay, do you have any good news that you want to share with me today?
Robert, it's okay for you to mourn the loss of your father. You don't need to-
Okay, just stop right there. My father was dead to me a long time ago. Now, I have a life in the present, a long way away from his obsession with the past.
You teach history. You share the same passion, Robert. It's in you too. Don't try to deny it.
Oh, that's right, because you know me so well.
Too well. I saw your eyes lit up when I told you we had the stone.
You show up on my doorstep with some mythical creature on your heels pleading for help.
Excuse me?
You know, if I didn't know any better, I'd say that you two both planned this.
Paranoia.
You know, he's pulling me back into his life from beyond the grave.
You need help.
He's got it easy, Jess. He's dead.
Or medication.
Ready?
You told me my grandfather was dead, only he was alive all this time, but now he's really dead?
Look, I'm sorry. I didn't want to get you involved. I kept every secret for a reason, to keep you safe.
Dad, what's going on?
Look, I'll tell you later. But for now, honey, please just trust me. Get to the car. If I'm not out there in 2 minutes, then you go. Karen, now!
Fine, the keys are in it! The Sphinx!
Thanks. What do we do?
I'll stall him. You just go make sure that your dog is safe.
Can you drive?
Yeah.
All right, hurry up, get ready.
What happened back there?
Gas, fire, boom.
He's back.
What was that thing in the house?
In 10,500 BC, the pyramid war between the two Egyptian clans ended up in the ceiling of the Hall of Knowledge. There was an interdimensional chamber beneath the Sphinx at Giza. And it was believed that this chamber contained the history of the Earth, and the Cipher Stone was the key to opening this chamber. It was said that the two clans each got one piece of the stone, a guarantee that it couldn't be opened unless there was cooperation between both the clans. Now, 30 years ago, your grandfather found one half of the stone. According to Jessica, the other half was found about a week ago. That's when your grandfather attempted to open the chamber.
Something went horribly wrong. Sorry you never had a chance to meet him. He was a great man.
This creature is the guardian to the Chamber of Knowledge, right? But I don't know what it wants. That's all I know until I can analyze the stone myself.
It's on to us. father's hobby?
Can you teach me?
Let's just try to survive the monster first, okay?
Where are we going?
I'll tell you when we get there.
Are we there yet? Are we safe from that thing?
That force field kept the ocean from crushing the lost city of Atlantis for a couple hundred years.
Hopefully it'll buy us the time we need to figure things out.
What is this place?
The Sentinel. It was Franklin D. Roosevelt's brainchild.
Why was it built?
During World War II, Hitler had archaeologists scour the globe searching for mystical and religious artifacts. This was Roosevelt's response. Your great-grandfather
Requesting
made them,
access for carrying
handling the
them
group,
off.
and your grandfather inherited the mantle.
How do you fit in?
I didn't. That's why I left.
So it's government?
At first, only Roosevelt knew about it. When he died, Sentinel existed. It just didn't officially exist. There was never any direct link to the White House. So, Lane decided to wait and see how Truman dealt with the power he inherited. When Truman dropped the second H-bomb, your great-grandfather decided that maybe Sentinel should survive on its own. You know, off the radar. He believed that any man who could use such a force of destruction couldn't be trusted with some of the secrets he had uncovered, so, well, Sentinel evolved. Its mission statement became the search for truth, committed to the enlightenment of the human race.
So it's not government.
In a way, it's bigger than the government.
Honey, if Sentinel were to make public some of the discoveries they'd made, the whole status quo as we know it would end in an instant. Commerce, religion, all coming to a screeching halt.
What kind of discoveries?
Discoveries you don't tell your 16-year-old daughter unless you never want her to sleep peacefully again.
Prodigal son returns.
Well, you always knew how to make a dramatic entrance. How are you?
Good. And who is this?
Ryder, this is my daughter, Karen.
Pleased to meet you. She looks just like her mom. She was very beautiful. Would you excuse me? You didn't need to bring civilians into this.
Thomas has orders were to locate Robert and bring him in.
I was worried sick about you. You were off the grid far too long.
Dr. Crane's cryptology, Dr. Crane's cryptology.
Triumvirate. Together again after all these years. Shall we?
I'm sorry it's under these circumstances. With the death of your father, it'll be the first time since its inception that Sentinel isn't presided over by one of your family.
Well, that's just fine by me. You can have it. If I wanted to live here, I would have stayed.
Let's get you two more comfortable while we deal with the proverbial barbarian at the gate.
Look, in spite of my differences with my father, that monster outside killed him. And I'd like to help send it back to wherever the hell it came from.
Come on, Ryder, you know he's the best. He's better than Thomas. Give him back his clearance.
Fine. What do you need?
Place to work. According to Jessica, the stone is displaying a new message.
Consider us at your disposal. Get him whatever he needs. It's good to have you back.
Thank you.
And welcome.
Wow. Thanks for the vote of confidence.
They deserved a chance to get back in the game. That's what Thomas wanted. So what do you need from me?
Just keep her out of trouble, would you?
Yeah.
Agent Deckard is security condition red. Agent Deckard is security condition red.
brought you an imprint of the two separate stones.
Thanks.
Welcome. Hey, Robert.
Yeah.
I know we've been through a lot. But, well, for what it's worth, it's good to have you back.
Yeah, it's good to be back. It's interesting. The first message was in Egyptian, and now it's in ancient Greek. All right, Dad, let's find out what happened.
A library.
It's not just any library, it's the main branch.
I would have expected something a little more flashy.
Your grandfather thought that technology dehumanized us. Makes us lazy. He always said that computers were like fast food for the brain.
See you and my dad, huh?
That was a very long time ago. After your mom died.
Did you meet her?
Yeah. Once. She was a wonderful woman. She was gentle, giving. She made your father very happy. And he could be quite the player, that guy.
You're kidding. I always considered him to be the opposite of cool.
No, trust me, your father was very, very cool back in the day.
What changed?
He had a falling out with your grandfather.
About what?
It's really not my place to say. You should ask him.
What about my grandfather then? What was he like?
Brilliant. Decent. Noble to the core. He was very proud of you.
He didn't know me. How could he be anything towards me?
Let me show you something.
How did he get these?
Your grandfather was a very powerful man. And he used his influence to keep an eye on you. Make sure you're okay.
He knew all about me. And I didn't know anything about him.
Yeah. And it broke his heart.
Each of the 4 riddles of the Sphinx will lead you to the 4 radiating stones. Okay, I got that. We then will the Ark of Destiny soothe the servant of Isis. Only then the Ark of Destiny soothe the servant of Isis. And unlock all the knowledge in heaven and earth.
What you got?
My father's original translation of the stone was wrong.
How?
Someone sabotaged his primer. Just enough to hide a few keywords. It prevented him from seeing the warning about unleashing the Guardian.
So there's a traitor in the ranks.
Look, who had access to this primer?
We had a whole team. There were cryptographers, linguists, Egyptologists, theologians. There were literally dozens of people with access at academic institutions all over the world, all with clearance of the highest order, all with impeccable credentials.
Yeah, well, obviously not.
I will personally investigate each and every one of them until I find who did this.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, Ryder, finding a possible double agent is the least of our worries right now. It reads, when the Sphinx yet again walks the earth, Ra will rise and fall 3 times before the Guardian summons the plague of Isis in order to safeguard her secrets.
What does that mean?
Honey, Ra was the ancient representation of the sun. So I would say that we have about 3 days to either destroy this creature or send it back to where it belongs.
Correction. It's only 2 days. Took a day to get the Cyberstone back here.
So if we don't destroy this thing,
We get the plague of Isis. And I don't think that any of us wants to find out exactly what that means.
give me a minute.
So where do we start?
First riddle. Mighty thunderbolt, a wonder to behold. In one hand victory, in the other hand gold.
What era?
Well, judging by the writing and the tools used to carve into the stone, I'd say the riddle was written anywhere between 250 and 300 BC.
Team,
What's that?
it's a super vaccine. It can combat any virus or plague known to man.
You expect that to work against the plague of Isis? Ryder, it's the wrath of the gods. I don't think there's anything in modern day that can stop that.
It may not stop it, but at least it'll buy us some time.
Guys? We're going to Greece.
Zeus. How are we gonna get out of here?
We could use the airstrip on the other side of the mountain.
I'll call a flight crew to get the Hawk ready. There's no way a mythological creature can take down a modern-day piece of equipment that can travel at Mach 5.
Since that's not a hypothetical, I'd say that the missed airframe will prove to be less fragile than you think.
We'll see. Guess we're faster.
Let's just hope we're smarter.
You know, can you please?
This was a good idea.
You're not the only one that uses their brain around here.
What you mean, instead of physical confrontation?
It's time and place for everything, including the physical.
So, was Greece on your list of places to see?
It is now.
Needless to say, we won't have much time to see the sights.
At least I can say I've been there. If we survive.
Honey, now you understand why I didn't tell you these things.
I still don't think it was right. but I understand why you did it.
That's all I can ask.
So what exactly are we looking for?
The statue of Zeus at Olympia.
Isn't it just ruins?
It is.
Wouldn't all the previous digs have uncovered the radiating stone?
Jess, you're thinking three-dimensionally. Look, from what you told me about the portal at the pyramid, the Hall of Knowledge is probably on a different plane of existence. As a result, it would make sense that the radiating stones would be in a similar situation.
Are you talking fourth dimension? Time travel?
No. Multiverse theory. Multiple universes stacked on top of each other, all existing on the same spatial plane. The Sphinx is the marker from where our world and the world containing the Hall of Knowledge overlap. We just need the key to the storage closet, so to speak.
This riddle is really easy. Too easy.
My guess is getting into the hidden chamber to find the stone isn't going to be a problem. It's getting out that's going to... I mean, an issue.
Here we are at the sanctuary of Zeus, the altus, and the setting of the original Olympic Games. You know, for 1,000 years in war and peace, the Greeks would assemble here to celebrate this great festival. And a simple crown of wild olive was sufficient to immortalize the victor, his family, and his city.
Thank you, Professor. Should I remind you of the impending pandemic we're trying to avoid?
Whoa, honey, you don't just go blindly charging into other dimensions.
Is there any other way to charge into another dimension?
Well, no. All right, look, stay behind me then.
Why don't you both stay behind me?
Jess, those guns are going to be about as useless on anything we find in there as they have been on the Sphinx.
And my security blanket. Come with me.
Come on.
I'll hold down the fort out here.
We're sealed in.
There's a reason the stones have been able to remain hidden for so long. Okay, guys, don't move. Whoa. Now that was some trick.
Have you ever seen that before?
No. Zeus himself sent his thunderbolts back to stop us. No, if that wasn't threatening our lives, I'd say that was pretty damn fascinating. And this came out of... All right, so what do you think?
Circuit breaker.
Where are you gonna get one?
I'm gonna need your belt, and I'm gonna need your gun.
My hand back.
No guarantees. It'll work.
Your daughter, she, get out much?
Some girls played with Barbies, mine had a chemistry set.
Ready?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm faster.
I don't want you to risk
You
it.
have a choice.
you should make your move.
Okay, guys, whoa. Okay, just so we're on the same game plan, it's 1, 2, 3, go.
Go.
Right. 1, 2.
Hey. You okay?
What the hell is that thing?
Gravity gun. It intensifies the gravitational field of its target. I wasn't sure if it still worked.
Guys, go!
Just a big crystal?
Well, if the myths teach us anything, is that the external appearance of something can't always be trusted. In the right place and time, I'm sure it will reveal its hidden strength. This is amazing. It's another new message. This time it's in Sumerian, the ancient language of Babylon. It says, a homesick heart, betrothed to a desert land, a hanging garden amongst the sand.
An oasis?
And possibly. Okay, wait a second. Desert. Garden. Desert.
The Hanging Garden of Babylon.
Another of the ancient 7 wonders.
What's the connection to the 7 wonders?
Well, it would make sense to use the wonders as mile markers to hide the stone. So even when these riddles were written, they were famous from one end of the known world to the other.
Nebuchadnezzar II built the gardens for his homesick wife, but they've never been proven to truly exist.
I'll get a Sentinel research team on it right away. There's no secret we can't uncover.
Ryder, Babylon is the modern day Iraq. How are we even going to get close?
I can't believe you have a direct line to the president.
We both share a mutual disrespect, but he knows when to put it aside because I tell him to.
Let's go!
Put these coordinates in your GPS.
Sir, there's nothing at this location.
What's your name, soldier?
Corporal Evans, sir.
Oh, Corporal Evans, your commanding officer informed you of our clearance level, did he not?
Yes, sir.
Then you understand that your position, Corporal Evans, is not to ask questions. Your task is to do what you're told.
Sir, yes, sir.
Thank you.
How did Ryder get the number 2 position?
It's not important.
I mean, don't get me wrong, he's good at what he does. It's just, I thought the position was yours after I left.
I turned it down.
What? Why?
No, pushing paper's never really been my thing. I just felt that I should be closer to Thomas, that's all.
Okay, what aren't you telling me?
Nothing. I just thought it was more important to be in the field with Thomas than to be branching off and overseeing my own projects.
There was something wrong with them, wasn't there? Wasn't there, Jess?
It was in the early stages of Parkinson's.
Who knew?
Just me and him. We were trying to keep it under wraps for as long as possible.
No, don't get me wrong, but Ryder is a field agent. He doesn't really understand the academic side of Sentinel.
Well, I'm sorry. You weren't available for consultation, so I did the best I could under the circumstances.
Okay, Jess, you know, you're letting your feelings get in the way, just like my dad.
Hey, you do not get to judge me. You're the one that left.
I'm not judging you. I'm stating a fact.
So we'd have more time to figure things out.
Well, what we need to figure out right now is who sabotaged my father's translation.
I can't wait to get my hands on that traitor.
Keep your eyes peeled, boys.
You want in on this one?
Thanks, but I think I'd better stay here, in case the creature comes again.
Well, good luck.
You too.
Robert?
Okay, I don't like this.
Step back.
Are they shooting techs?
These people die out. Right about now.
You can do that kind of computation in your head.
Can't you?
No. Oh, let's see what we got.
Here, come on, help me there.
There's no return.
What?
Water's flowing in, but it's not flowing out.
What do we do?
It's simple hydrodynamics. Liquid can't be compressed, so if nothing's flowing out, the pressure on the chamber walls is building.
Smart girl. Get back. Get back. Get back!
Wait!
What?
Not yet!
Karen!
Not yet, Dad!
Honey!
Please?
Hold on!
Not yet! Not yet! Sweetheart? Wait! Wait! Now!
Hey, over here! Over here! Get in! Now! Let's go! Let's go!
Call in an air.
Come on, come on!
What the hell happened to you? It's a long story. What the hell happened to you?
I tried reversing the polarity of the gravity gun so I could send the Sphinx in the air and we could hit it from below. But the gun didn't work. I had to send for reinforcements. We are rapidly running out of ways to subdue this thing.
Okay, look, we just need to find one more stone.
Let's just hope we can continue to stay one step ahead of it.
Okay, well, this is weird. The message, it's in Egyptian again. This is the first time that the riddle's language has repeated itself.
What the hell does that mean?
I don't know. How you holding up?
I'm fine, but I'll never look at another story about a mythological creature the same way again.
Connie, you are very brave, okay? And I'm proud of you. Now, I just need to figure out how to unearth another stone.
Thanks for the save back there.
Do you ever get used to it? I mean, putting your life on the line?
Not really. Just kind of try to prepare for the worst, and you get thrown a curveball, just do the best you can.
So how do you keep doing it?
I just react. Think about it later.
I don't think I have it in me.
Well, there are thinkers and there are doers. Actually, you're a little bit of both. Your father now. Definitely a thinker.
They say opposites attract.
Oh, is that what they say?
Why did you split up with my dad?
I didn't. He split up with me.
Why?
He wanted a real life. Wanted a chance to be with you. And I couldn't imagine mine without the action.
Did you love him?
Hey, I've got it. Face of stone looks to the sky, chamber guarded by a watchful eye.
Well, the four remaining wonders are the Temple of Artemis, the Mausoleum at Halicarnassus, the Colossus of Rhodes, and the Lighthouse of Alexandria.
The Lighthouse of Alexandria was a watchtower made of stone.
clue was written in Egyptian.
All right, Egypt it is then.
The lighthouse at Alexandria was added to the list of 7 ancient wonders in the 6th century. And for over 1,500 years, it was the tallest man-made structure in the world. Besides the Great Pyramids, of course. In 1323, the lighthouse was largely destroyed by an earthquake. But the fallen stone was used to build Fort Kitbe and the former site of the massive structure in 1480. There it is. Beautiful, isn't it? The remnants of the lighthouse incorporated into the walls of the fort are clearly visible due to the excessive size in comparison to the surrounding masonry. Now, the other remains of the lighthouse are here in the harbor.
We have walked every square inch of this island. There's no sign of the portal anywhere.
Hey, look, maybe we're missing something. The Great Pyramids, the statue of Zeus, the Hanging Gardens, they were all one of the 7 wonders.
Well, maybe they all have something else in common, and we're missing the link.
Well, if one of them were still standing, we'd know we're in the right spot, but...
Listen, we only have 16 hours left.
Okay, look, maybe the part of the lighthouse that we need to put the stone into fell into the harbor in 1323.
I don't think so.
And look, the riddle brought us here.
Did it? Face of stone looks to the sky. Chamber guarded by watchful eye.
It seems ironic that we're going back to the same place where this whole thing started.
Is that where my grandfather died?
Jess, those are useless.
Robert. Please. And this is too dangerous. The Sphinx is probably just right in there waiting for us.
You lost your nerve?
No, I've just been here before.
We did not come all this way just to turn back now. If we throw a cruise missile at that thing, it's toast.
Ryder! Okay, any ideas?
Water?
Does anyone have any water?
Any other ideas?
We could rob it of its fuel.
This fuel is oxygen.
So we need to create a vacuum.
Yeah, but honey, we also need that oxygen to breathe.
Wait, I got it. Get back. Get back, up against the wall.
You sure?
Yes. They did this on the oil fires after the Gulf War.
Here, quick. close, I can almost feel it.
This was probably the original interdimensional chamber. And the other three were created long afterwards.
For what purpose?
My guess is to deter anyone from stealing the Ark of Destiny and gaining access to the Hall of Knowledge.
There it is.
What?
No, wait! What now?
New message. Egyptian.
The last stone will take us to the Ark of Destiny. Once we have the Ankh, we can eliminate the Sphinx and gain access to the Hall of Knowledge.
It would also save the world from a plague of possible biblical proportion?
Of course, of course.
Wait. I think I got it. Land, sky, ocean, sun. Balance the ether, the four combined will make one.
I'm not getting any signal.
It's because we're in another dimension.
Okay, ether is defined as the fifth element in the science of the classical age.
It was also believed to be the pure essence of the gods.
Land, sky, ocean, sun. It's the four terrestrial elements.
The lightning from the first chamber must have represented air. The second was water, that's for sure. And the last one must have been fire, so the only missing element is Earth.
Yes. I'm going in for it.
No, wait!
You okay?
Yeah. Hippocrates said the only thing in the world that contained the four elements in balance is a human being.
Yeah, well, the last time I checked, Ryder was Homo sapien sank, so what's the trick?
I'm not sure. Okay, yes, the test is physical in nature, and Ryder is a physical being, but I figured out how to get the Ankh. Quick, pass me the stones. Just pass me the stones, quick. Can't be any barrier between man and the earth element.
Dad! So you got me naked.
Honey, it's better to be safe than sorry. Okay, all the elements in balance as contained in the human body should help me pass unharmed.
It's amazing.
And disconcerting.
The Ankh is the Egyptian symbol of life. The key to the gates of death.
There's an inscription.
In Egyptian?
Yeah, it's a riddle. Jess, quick, the primer. I know it's in here. I know it's in here.
Dad!
What goes on 4 legs in the morning, 2 legs at noon, and on 3 legs in the evening? The oldest riddle in the book.
That's from Sophocles.
The answer is man.
You know Greek and Egyptian?
Enough to get by.
I thought I was the only one smart enough to translate on the fly.
When you left Sentinel, some of us had to fill your shoes. Thomas taught me well.
Wait a minute. You had access to my father's primer.
Of course I did.
Yeah, of course you did.
Well, you son of a...
What are you saying?
You had the perfect opportunity to tamper with the primer and mislead my father. Didn't you? Didn't you? Why?
Your father's fear of the abuse of power kept us from so many discoveries. Every step forward I took, he pulled me back. You may not have had a problem living in his shadow, but I did.
Listen to me. My father loved you like a son. And you just betray him?
I didn't want him to die. But if I had kept that passage in, he never would have tried to access the Hall of Knowledge. Never!
So you just decide to put the whole planet in peril, huh? For what?
What is contained in the Hall of Knowledge? It is unfathomable to even begin to think of what wealth is in there. You, both of you know more than most, knowledge is power. And I want it all. Go!
I thought that didn't work.
I lied. I only had a few charges left, but I thought I might need it for something like this. There's no new location indicated, Robert. What does that mean?
It's telling you to go to hell.
Suit yourself. Now you have a choice. You're either with me or you're against me. If you help me...
I'm against you. But you want me to spell it out?
Fine. I need to get into the Hall of Knowledge.
No, we don't.
Listen to me. We need the Ark of Destiny. We're gonna kill that monster and stop the plague of ISIS. Come on, let's go.
Do you have a plan?
I'm working on it. Has something to do with the riddle on the blade, I know that.
Ryder had it right, though. The answer is man.
How does that help you kill a mythical creature from another dimension?
Well, that I am working on.
We better think of something fast, because we only have a couple hours until Armageddon. What's that?
Just get out of here.
Honey, listen to me. Look, I need to stop this now.
Dad, I don't want anything to happen to you. You're all I've got.
I need you to be strong. Because if I don't make it back, you have to remember that what I did was important. And that you're still here because of that.
Dad, I love you. I'm going with you.
No.
I'm going.
No! Stay here. There's plenty of time for you and I when I get back.
But if you don't make it back,
This is more important than you and I right now. Just take care of my little girl. Tell me how to defeat you. The answer is, man's it is possible for a man to defeat you! The Ankh is the key that unlocks the gate of death. That unlocks the gate of death. Clue is man.
Hello, son.
Dad?
You've done well.
Are you a ghost? Am I dead?
Are you forgetting your basic laws of physics, Robert?
Energy is never created or destroyed, just transformed.
I have become one with the ether. I am part of the collective consciousness. My essence has been reclaimed by the gods.
Okay, please, just tell me that I don't have to fight you.
No. I am a messenger. In solving the riddles and defeating the Sphinx, you have become mankind's greatest champion. And as a result, you are entitled to benefit from the wisdom of the ages and have access to all that is contained in the archives here. You have an eternity to contemplate and ponder, and you will never age while you are in the Hall of Knowledge.
Do I have a choice?
Well, you can have your old life back. If you want to return to your everyday, mundane existence as though nothing had ever happened.
So will time pass in the real world if I decide to stay?
Yes, time will continue to pass in the earthly realm.
Dad, what about Karen? What about Jessica?
Well, you'll be given a chance to return and say a last goodbye.
So I have to give up everything back home. Everyone that I love just to claim this prize.
Robert, you are being offered the key which can unlock the secrets of the universe. To know the answer to every question that you've ever asked. To understand the origins of the universe. To learn to speak every language ever spoken. To watch history unfold before your very eyes. And to know the reason that there is something instead of nothing. You will be like a god. You will be getting an opportunity that I never had. Something that I could only dream about. And I can't go with you. But I can show you the way.
Everything's gonna be okay.
I don't want to be alone.
You won't be. I'm here. I'm here.
When do we give up?
I'm okay. I'm okay. Jess. I think I did it.
Yeah?
I think I stopped the plague.
Cool.
Cool. Didn't you once refer to me as the exact opposite?
That was when I was much younger and immature. Now, I'm very well traveled.
What happened to the Sphinx?
There's no way to outmuscle it. The riddle on the Ankh was the key. I just had no idea how to use it.
So, what did you do?
I literally fell on my sword.
And the Sphinx?
Turned to stone.
Karen, could I just have a couple of minutes with your dad?
It's okay.
What aren't you telling me?
I saw my father.
You did? Well, what did he say?
He wanted me to choose between knowledge and love.
So what choice did you make?
The right one.
It's about time my dad finally got some action.